Enzo and his goons stood beside the BBQ stall, laughing uproariously.
Damon Hemsworth, I admit you're gutsy, but your pickup lines are terrible.
He threw his head back, his booming laughter echoing down the street, while Damon stood there, with a clenched jaw and a serious expression on his face.
The Laurier family won't be brought down so easily. We have our own way of dealing with things.
Tiffany watched in horror as Enzo walked towards Damon. Memories of Enzo's past brutality flashed before her eyes.
Where's the money for tonight?
Melanie's hands trembled as she reached for the money box. Damon stopped her.
Hold on. Do you think acting tough impresses anyone? Look at how many goons you brought.
What do you want?
Damon stared at him intently. He remembered what Thomas taught him. The calmer you look, the better you can strategize under pressure.
It's obvious what you want. You control the Lauriers, don't you?
Enzo hesitated, annoyance crossing his countenance. The Lauriers still held some power, and people knew it.
Easy question, huh?
He snatched the money box from Melanie's grasp and emptied it, a smug grin spreading across his face.
Looks like you made a good haul today.
He pocketed the cash with a flourish, his gaze lingering on Melanie a beat too long. She flinched under his scrutiny and her hands began to tremble.
Keep up the good work. Maybe I'll start coming by more often to collect my cut. Wouldn't want your little business to suffer, right?
Enzo said with fake sympathy as he leaned in closer. Melanie could practically feel his hot breath on her neck. Tears welled up in her eyes, threatening to spill.
Is this all you made today? Maybe next time you'll have more to share. Don't lie to me. I need everything that you made today.
Melanie, small and defenseless, could only nod in fear as she handed him what he demanded. This was the harsh reality of running a food stall, vulnerable to extortion.
Excellent. Let's continue our cooperation.
He pocketed the additional money, a swagger returning to his step. As he turned to leave, Damon couldn't take it anymore. He slammed his fist on the stall, the metal clanking loudly.
Stop right there.
Enzo turned back, a mocking smile twisting his lips. He brandished a metal rod.
Not happy, Damon?
He cracked his knuckles menacingly.
Think you can take on real gangsters? Think harder.
If you return the money, you can get out of here.
Excuse me?
He glanced at his goons, a silent command. One of them, a hulking young man in a red suit, stepped forward and raised the iron rod towards Damon. Just before he swung, however, Damon reacted with surprising speed. He grabbed a spatula and walked from the stall and slammed them against Enzo's face.
Fuck!
Enzo roared with fury, his eyes burning with rage.
What the hell are you doing? You think you can fight gangsters like us? Are you crazy?
Maybe you're not as strong as you think. Money talks, Enzo.
He turned and sprinted down the street, coming up with a desperate plan in his head. He knew he was in Jasper's area, and even though they didn't part on good terms last time, he had to find him. Thomas was at a desk, going through a list of Damon's recent investments. When he got a message, he quickly got in touch with Jasper. He felt a sense of relief as he handled everything he could. Suddenly, a knock at the door startled him. He approached cautiously, peering through the peephole.
Who is it? Thomas opened the door.
The voice immediately sent a shiver down Thomas's spine. Why was this person here? Enzo stood beside the BBQ stall, still fuming. Tiffany and Melanie watched, their foreheads etched with worry lines.
Did you see that, Tiffany? That little punk?
Tiffany ignored him, her gaze fixed on the direction Damon ran. Enzo scoffed and turned his attention to Melanie.
Listen, Tiffany, Damon's got something fishy going on. He might not be as poor as he seems, and I even have a hunch he's somehow connected to the decline of the Laurier family.
He leaned in closer, his voice dropping to a sly whisper.
But one thing's for sure, Damon won't last the night.
Enzo took a toothpick and began twirling it between his fingers.
If you want him safe, you better beg for my mercy. Now.
Tiffany's eyes widened. The idea of Damon being rich was absurd.
It's none of my business.
She turned away, not revealing the depth of her concern.
Fine. Then I'll show everyone what happens to Damon Hemsworth, the university's most celebrated loser.
He pulled out his phone and started a live broadcast. This wasn't typical for a young man like Enzo, but his past broadcasts showcasing expensive cars, with beautiful women and luxurious lifestyles had garnered him a large following.
Hey everyone, today's broadcast is a little different. Today we're gonna see someone get beat down.
The comment section exploded immediately. Live beating? Who's the unlucky guy? Enzo smirked, relishing the attention.
Damon.
The popularity meter in the live stream skyrocketed. Excited messages flooded the chat. Enzo turned the camera to Tiffany and Melanie.
Watch their faces closely. They're about to see their little hero get destroyed.
Melanie couldn't tear her eyes away from the live stream, feeling more and more worried. All of a sudden, there was a lot of noise in the background. Enzo turned, spotting Enzo's goons chasing Damon in a panicked circle. Enzo threw his head back and laughed.
Look at that idiot. He actually came back. Maybe he got lost.
The live stream chat exploded with laughter. Tiffany stood frozen, unable to understand Damon's actions. He had a chance to escape. Why return? Just then, Damon burst back onto the scene, looking more determined than ever. He stopped in front of Enzo, panting.
You think you're a gangster because you have a bunch of goons?
Enzo smirked, ready to unleash another sarcastic remark. But before he could speak, Damon continued.
You're nothing but a jerk.
The live stream erupted in laughter again. Enzo's face contorted with rage. He was about to retaliate when a chilling sight appeared at the end of the alley. A bunch of people dressed in black and carrying menacing knives stepped out of the dark. Their leader stepped forward and his voice sounded really deep and authoritative.
Who dares claim the title of Hog Steve Road Gangster?
Enzo felt the hair on his neck stand. He recognized the symbol on their uniforms. It was Jasper's gang sign. His hand trembled so much that his phone fell and hit the ground, causing the live stream to cut out abruptly. Tiffany and Melanie couldn't believe what they were seeing. The comment section on the dead live stream was flooded with questions.
Come on, let's go to Hog Steve Road to have a look.
Yeah, let's go and watch the show. Let's see how Damon will kneel on the ground and beg for mercy.
Melanie clutched the phone, tears welling up in her eyes. Would Damon be safe now?